Okay. Was machen wir denn heute? Ja, könnten ein paar neue Räume freischalten. Ja, und mal nach ein paar Eiern suchen. Können wir hier finden. Ich glaube, es ist jetzt nicht so gutes Wetter. In der Box mal wieder. So, Nunne hat und Kram. Ah, ne. Makrele. Katze. Magst du bestimmt. Sehr gut. Jeder lernt es tun. Lernen tun. Oh, nicht schlecht. So, Garten freigeschaltet. Mit oh. Aber sonst nichts wirklich. Okay. So, Katze freut sich. Mit der Katze können wir reden. Ich weiß gerade nicht, was da rauskommt. Aber mit Glück. Oder ja, nicht unbedingt Glück, aber mit. Nee, eventuell Dings. Nee, Memory Solace. Okay. Ist nicht so. Nicht so gut. Schwertpaket. Nee. Musiker. So we're in the second volume of the Meditations of Abbot Thomas of the Abbey of the Black Dove. 4. No? Jetzt auch gesehen werden, ne? Ja. Ja, sehr gut. Na. Hier um die Tastatur, bitte. So, ja, können wir uns nicht leisten. Das passt ganz gut. Das Ding. Ja, gut, geht. Das wurden. So, was haben wir hier? Betten. Das ist die gleichen Betten, ja. Das brauche ich. Ah. Okay, könnt sogar helfen. Aber dafür, um da reinzuziehen, muss ich erstmal hier das wieder freigebendes Bett. Und ansonsten haben wir gently twitching little cloth doll with melancholy button eyes and a frill of colored ribbons. Sonst was haben wir? Bilder. A refuge for all the world might consider impure. System which brings together what cannot be apart. She's sought beneath the moon and at the water's edge. She's pearl, amber, coral. She cannot be touched. She cannot be separated. Velvet. The glory is a question, and the moth always answers yes. The velvet's answer is no, and that is always her answer. Thunderskin. He cannot be stilled. He demands the dance. He's beaten like a drum. He's heard in the wood below the world. And Witch and Sister, bitte. Witch and Sister unites what is at rest. She is thought at the water's edge and beneath the moon, cannot be separated. Die kann hier ein. Okay, dauert ein bisschen. Driftwood. Cool. Wood. Kann man mit dem noch was machen? Mottes. Ah, okay. Sollte noch genug Zeit sein. Gut. So. Sonst Wasser. Musgrave the Wolf. Ruby West Ruin. Lilien. Okay. So. Musgrave. Wer war das denn? Werte Baron. So. Das Pilz brauche ich eigentlich nicht wirklich. Kann verbrennen. Zeit. Nein. Okay, warte ich. Okay, so. Die endlich rein tun, die Blackwood 10. Okay. Bist du nett? Echt? House of Light. Boy. Na, nachts kann ich nicht zuhören. So, hab ich irgendwas trinken oder so. Okay, das geht nicht. Ja, perfekt. Gut, dann wird das geheilt. Mal finden. Ja. Muss lesen. Okay, hoffen wir mal, dass es trotzdem klappt. Okay. Oops. Lord Monday, well-dressed middle-aged gentleman with receding hair and a clear expression of astonished delight. Foundlings, pair of human eyes peer from darkness in a tangle of roots. The silent crowd watches a robed priest drown a struggling victim in a bowl of rainbowed oil. Glorious gift, a human figure silhouetted against a blazing sun. Lady Stryfen, very old portrait in the Byzantine style. So, wieder ein paar Bücher, ziemlich viel Sachen, die wir trinken können. Das Tool, das packe ich mal hier mit rein. Ambergris. Never caught it whale vomit. Solomon's preparation. Solomon Hasha would take this every night without fail. Was haben wir hier? Einfach nur eine Workstation zum Craften. Eva Wolf. Stein. Eva de Wolf, 7. Jetzt haben wir es nicht geschafft. Okay, aber das ist gefehlt, wunderbar. Ja, dann gucken wir mal, Was für Bücher wir haben. The Gemini 1. A fragile manuscript illuminated with twinned shapes of sad and luminous beauty. And with all the phases of the moon. It might be as old as the 7th century. But the language Fuxian is much older. The cover is tooled goat skin, decorated with garnet. Letters on consequence. Gillian Cosley's epistolary treatise on what may come after, addressed to his once friend Claude Ersault, the mystic and antiquarian. The Viennese Conundra. Van Driel describes odd events in Vienna, the disappearance of children, epidemics of parasite activity, animal mutilations, nightmares of worms, the activities of a charitable organization, the New Legions, that funds the burial of the poor. She proposes peculiar connections between these activities. War of the Roads, 1451 to 1551. The Willis Ford describes the War of the Roads, an event in a history other than our own, in detail, from its beginnings as a martial philosophical dispute between the dawn and sunset roads of alchemy to a war which ravaged half of Europe. Es sind einige Dinge dabei, die wir lesen können. Nice. Key of Night. The deliberations leading to a manifesto of the Worms of a Scale, as recorded around 1900 in the bar Vienna, in the cellar of the Hotel Sierpo in Noon. Okay. Sure. Sortieren wir mal. 10 Hertz. Scale. Okay, Sunny Hammer. Og. So, this is much more sober in tone than Gore's previous Wainscot histories. Evidently, he became religious in his later years. Each fable describes the coming of the second dawn, when the hours of the sun will be united, but in eternity denied, the vampire light and the feast of rays. Gore depicts a tainted dawn which can only be purified by a second division of the sun. He insists repeatedly on the dangers and temptations of a false dawn. Watchman's Paradox zweimal sogar, nice. So können es einmal so lernen und direkt upgraden. That amber preserves and is preserved by light, that to hatch is not to die, that the sun. There's a place behind the world called the manses. Deeds that would be impossible in the world are inevitable there. The watchman, who knows all the ways of the manses, also knows how to make these deeds possible in the waking world. Kann man upgraden und dann direkt was kann da machen wir. Nee, war das. Dann habe ich zweimal Bett. Vielleicht kann ich das ja direkt upgraden. So, also Bett und Nekto. Noch nicht. Fehlt uns der richtige Raum. Jetzt habe ich den schon bezahlt. Können wir was mit dem anfangen? Hm. Journal of Thomas de Wolfe. Thomas de Wolfe, second Baron Brancrook, was named Baron Silence of Castle Silence for his taciturn severity. Most likely the origin eventually of the name Hush House. Wir lernten Thrones, a legend of the Shadowless Empire, transcribed by Alexander Peter Hans from annals at a secret shrine in Anatolia. Yes. Passt auch sehr gut, weil da ist ein Schrein, mit dem ich Sachen upgraden kann. Bancroft Diaries. Lord Franklin Bancroft was initiated into the arts of the flower maker by the Rose Witch Fiona Ayrshire. He rose to become a society provider of occult services and secret pleasures before his abrupt disappearance in 1790. Okay, so... voll. So. Ja, und die. Dahin. Und das ist geil. Gut. So, das wird freigeschalten. Hundi. Magst du das essen? Ja, gut. Bevor ich mit dem rede, gucke ich mal nach. Ah, okay, kriegt man das gleiche wie bei der Katze. Okay. Okay, so. St. Januarius. St. Januarius is the name which was wounded. The name of exceptions, the little god at the door. Okay. Nikto. Das geht nicht. Müssen wir warten, bis die anderen. Ja, warten kurz. Okay, nice. Was haben wir dann? Bett upgraded. Gut. Die mir nichts beibringen könnte. So, kriegt they need rifles, they need boots, and they want Tainite knives, not bullets. They have no Tainite knives, but I have an idea. Yes, I think that I found an acceptable substitute. I anticipate an excellent profit. Let me offer you a cut. Right. Mm. Was haben wir denn hier? Kackspüle, Kerzen, Solaraltar. Trist geht nicht. Okay. So, jetzt sind wir plus Fett. Hat 3 Rows und 2 Motte. So. Okay. So. Orgel. So. Watchman, the way is lit for the willing and for the unwilling. Enunciate what is within without what is without within. Fun and Rex. When it ends, it will be a beautiful ending. And Madrugad. That which is not needed, that shall be quenched. So. When the individual K attends the meetings, black dogs are sacrificed and quartered. When the element M is in attendance, black mares are found with their throats slashed. I propose that these sacrifices are not necessary, but that our Lygian or Lygian friends may consider them fitting. Herewith diagrams of the mutilations. Medusa's riddle. Then I choose to render as what is not seen. There's another riddle. The one I have heard rendered as what may be lost. I will delineate some historic attempts to answer it. These are in themselves, in some sense, sacrifices. In wolf stories. Oh, okay. Cool, cool. Besseren wir das. Stones. Kolekossophie. Ah. Was hatte ich jetzt gelesen? Das. Wie viel will das? 14. Okay. Nö, dann warten wir kurz, bis wir neues Wetter bekommen und Wunderbar. Das ist der Raum mit dem Projektor. Jetzt kann ich auch Filme angucken. Hier Schachbrett. Was sonst? Ein bisschen was zu trinken. Ah, okay, sonst nichts weiter. By the time he wrote these letters, Cosley was identified with the Neuropolitical Worms movement, and Hersold with the birds, meaning roughly that Hersold held the order of the hours to be desirable, and Cosley held it to be oppressive. Ich das hinbekommen. Ah, okay. Das ist definitiv einfacher. Many of Cosley's arguments about consequence and finality are couched in erudite and practical alchemical terms. Others appear to be thinly veiled threats directed at Hersold. Some are both. Purification and calcinations. Ich noch nicht. Death alters, snow endures. Okay. Das mal. Nicht viel. Madrugad Shrine. Madrugad is the hour which cannot be unbalanced, which quells and quiets, which comes before the sun. Ithastri. Okay, nice. Das upgraden. Cool. Ich könnte es mir natürlich einfacher machen, indem ich schon Bücher lese für bestimmte Erinnerungen, die ich halt schon gelesen habe. Damit ich halt jetzt zum Beispiel auf das eine Scale noch gekommen wäre, aber möchte ich mir jetzt am Anfang, relativ am Anfang, nicht großartig die Mühe machen, weil später wird es definitiv notwendig werden. Aber ja, muss nicht, wenn es nicht super wichtig ist oder so. Three flowers have the tree. Ernestine Peterhans records her observations of the growths of trees and flowers around the isle and the omens and portents she attempts to draw from them, particularly the yew tree in Earl Bryant's meadow. Those flowerings are sometimes eccentric. 3 Dinge. Hab ich. Rufen. The great hooded princes call their library the Tomb of Lies, and this has given rise to a foolish tradition that the princes are habitual liars. Of course, in fact, truth flourishes when lies are slain. On the other hand, the princes do not say knowledge is power, but rather power is knowledge. Eva has, to her regret, never visited the library. She notes that it is said to be west of the Lion and north of Victory, and suggests that although the princes are generally associated with India, their library might be farther east. Parable und Sentiments and Curses. Oh, noch nicht. Nein. Feats and fights of forgotten things. The Carapace Cross, the line of Antaios, the world of a low red sun. Though much is taken, much abides. Okay. That. No. Swiss. Noch was. Okay, erstmal nicht. There are very few personal details here. Thomas, talented astronomer and oranoscopist, this passionately details his observations in the building of the observatory atop the Watchman's Tower. As he records the passing of the great comet in 1577, the tone finally becomes more animated, but also more obscure. Thomas cites his Dawn period namesake Abbot Thomas as an authority on wind, moon, and shell in the heavens inferior. He observes, "My predecessor knew this truth. 3 blossoms hath the watchman's tree, paper, ink, and flame. The great comet I now aver is that flame. Colonoscopy. Consider the star. Half each star its 7 names. Observe that these names are never shared. Okay. Ja. Yay, mehr Bücher. Und viele Gemälde. Red Blue. It's a decent copy of a Picasso, painted 20 years before Picasso painted the original. Brian Levinson up to his tricks again. Off in a quiet place, one of Dr. Levinson's prefigures a close and impossible copy of a painting made 20 years later by Kirchner, whose work Levinson often anticipated in his mirror dreams. To be fruitful. It's a decent copy of a Picasso, painted 20 years before. Fraser. Ist der 4. Bibliothekar. Das weiß ich noch. So, an investigation of a founded country. Subtitled Recordings from the Atlantic Coast. So, was haben wir noch? Barberger. Reservation. Okay. Vielleicht können wir noch mehr upgraden. From History to Eternity. A contraband manual of the inks of revelation. The author explains in a brief foreword that she is a high-ranking officer of an agency of the duties, and that though she supports its mission, she has concerns about the long-term consequences of its work. The Three and the Three. Harrison manuscript, a more recent version of a much older text. This book describes the operations of the Chancel and the Calyptra, two traits of ours with subtle, far-reaching powers and responsibilities. It has been heavily censored, but even so contains potent secrets. Old Copper Nose and the Softer Metal, a disgraceful compendium of ribald poetry about the habits and corruptions of Henry VIII. Warming draughts to uplift the heart. A wonderful companion of healing tisanes compiled by Nathan of Regensburg. Nathan of Regensburg. So, kann ich... Hey, nice. Geht das? Donut? Ach nee, das Krone. Ah. Na, geht doch nicht. Okay. Subthema noch das ein, dann Lager, dann schauen wir noch das letzte Buch an und ja. Und dann machen wir Pause. Locksmith's Dream Trespasses, the third volume of Teresa Galmier's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. Das ist immer ein bisschen nervig, wenn die Bücher eine andere Farbe als ihr Mystery-Zeug haben. Das Gelb aber hat noch als Mystery. Also das da hier ist Gelb, aber hat Sky. Das ist rosa-rot mäßig, aber hat Laterne. Naja. Okay, so. Ja, machen wir dann nächstes Mal weiter. Wir werden neue Räume freischalten und Bücher lesen und. Aber heute auch wieder gut vorangekommen.